Welcome to How It Works with Holger. This is part 2 of how to find out all about your objects. And in part 1, I explained really how to find out stuff about the objects that are inside of your executable. If you have not watched part 1, please do so, because part 2 heavily is based on part 1, and without having seen part 1, especially if you do not know what RTTI is, you won't be able to follow this example by any means, and it's not designed for you to be able to follow this. Please watch part 1 first. I know people sometimes hate videos that aren't standing by themselves, but I opted for this so that you can really make the most out of RTTI, and that's the reason why this is based on the first video. Because now we don't just want to find out something about the classes that are active in our application. No, we actually want to call a method using RTTI. Last time I talked about, is this advanced or not? So this I would pretty much consider advanced, because you let your user pick what method is being executed inside of something. And this example here, of course, is heavily constructed. But think about you having a package, for example, a plugin that is being loaded at runtime, and you need to find out what kind of methods are inside of this package. They are being loaded dynamically. Then you give the user a list box or something, and the user can double click on this list box, and boom, that method or functionality of the package is being executed. And that's exactly why RTTI is so useful. So looking at this main form, again, I have an edit control and a button. And the button, again, is used to start the demonstration. And here we want to demonstrate how to execute a method. We have the memo control that will show the results of what is going on. And also, I expanded the main form with two methods, two procedures, say name and say address. Say address simply adds this text to the memo control, and say name this text. That's all they do. Very simple. So the functionality for the button here is to execute the method with that name that is entered here. And you might think, I can do that right now. I can say if txt method.text equals say address, then begin self say address. Perfect. So if we run this and we have say name, nothing happens. But if I enter say address, it's being called. Yeah, but it's hard coded. That's exactly the difference. You have to hard code the string, compare, and then call the correct method. And the approach we want is literally that we execute method and then pass as a parameter the name of the method, and that is being called completely automatically. And we can do that using RTTI. So we need an RTTI context, just like in the last example, and same pattern. We say trtti context.create, and then try finally out context.free. And of course, we need to get the type that we want to call the method on. And this time we use a different scenario. So we say type. So we declare a new type here, trtti type. And of course, we also need to declare a method, trtti method, which will be the method that we want to call. So the type, how do we get the type? Well, we say context dot get type, and this time we use the class parameter. And why? Well, it makes it easy. So we can say get type. We want the form, this form, because this form has say name and say address that we want to call, or the method that we want to call. So we say get type self.class type. So this L type represents the object instance of the form of tform main. And just like before, we can say L type get method right here, and that returns an trtti method for a certain name. So we use exactly that and say a name, and we assign it, of course, to L method, like so. So now our L method is our method with that name, and we can call invoke to call that method. But, and this is the kicker, if you enter something that is not found in our class, it would basically be impossible to call because L method then would be nil. And this is the nice thing about get method. Get method only returns a reference if the name is found. Otherwise, it's nil. So we can say if assigned L method, then begin, more to come, and else begin, show message, method not found. In, then you can do this. You can say L type dot qualified name, like so. And if we start this should already work, because if it's say name, we shouldn't get anything because it's being found. But if it says say Holger, method not found in UMain tform main, because that method isn't part of the class. So now, more to come, we invoke that method. So we say L method dot invoke, and the instance that you have to give here is the object instance that method is supposed to be called on. So you can literally say self, because that is our tform object instance, because the type is the description of the class. The method is the description of the method for that class. And then you say, well, if we have this method, let's invoke it on this object. And this object is self. This is our form, which contains the method, the actual method, not just the description. Okay? So you say self, and we don't have any parameters. Here you have an array. So this array with the parameters here designates the parameters to pass to that method. The first element inside of the array would be the first parameter of the method. The second element in the array will be the second parameter of the method. As we don't have any parameters, we simply pass an empty array, and that's it. So with that, we start it again and say name, execute, boom. And the method is executed because say name adds this text to the memo. Let's say address, and say address is being executed. Let's do a typo, say address with one D only, method not found. So that is how easy it is to interact with your classes dynamically using the new trtti context from Delphi. And this already concludes this episode because that's how easy it is. It is a very advanced topic, but if you remember that you have the context, which gives you information about all the types in your application, the type itself describes one of these types and allows you to look up things for that type, for example, a method, and then RTTI method only describes the method, but you can still use this descriptor, so to speak, or this description of the method to invoke an actual method of that with that name that matches that description, so to speak, on the object that you specify. And the object that we use here is self, and self is the form. And that means that either this or this method is being called. That's all there is to it. There's no more to say. So thank you so much for your interest in this a little bit advanced episode. I hope you like it. As always, thumbs up if you like it, so we know that you also enjoy more advanced topics. And as always, send us your feedback. We love it, and as this video shows, we'll definitely use it to design future episodes. Take care.